Hey there. Um, okay, so today I just made some changes to this parameters. Um, sorry, back up. We have our drag and drop here, and it was working mostly correctly, but there are some parts with that were a bit funny when you dragged it. It didn't go as you sort of thought it should go. So it wasn't as intuitive from the user perspective. So I've already made the changes here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the changes that I made, and I'm going to show you the before and after. Right now I have all the changes here. I'm about to commit it, but I think before I do that, I'm going to just stash these changes. Um, so that means that it will kind of just save these changes and take it off. Okay, so now we're kind of back to what it originally was. Um, And so you can see sort of what I've accomplished. So you can drag this left and right and it will sort for you like that. Okay. And you can also drag it up and down and it'll sort like that. So if you drag up, it'll fill in that spot there. If you drag down, it'll fill in that spot there. And you can bring it to the end. I've solved all the edge cases if you bring it to the end of this list. If you bring it to the beginning, it works. If you go above and just if you swing it around anywhere you want, it all works. Okay, and so this took a bit of logic. But what wasn't so clear and what was a bit strange was sometimes you would bring it up here just slightly to the right of the one above. And maybe when you do that, you kind of expect it to go to this one here. So if I bring this up here, maybe I want to, I'm intending to fill in that gap there and fill in the one on the right here. But actually what it does is it fills in this box here. So if we were to index this is just an array of items here. And this is index 0, index 1, I have my cat coming, index 2. And so there's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I bring item 6 up here, in between items 0, 1, 2, and 3, I kind of want it to go into 3 intuitively. That's sort of what I want here. But actually, it replaces index 2 here. So if it's in 2, which is not what I expected to do. I think I want it to go to 3. And it just happens that if you go in between the center of here and the middle of this part, it's still going to go to 2. But I think that's not intuitive. I think actually you expect it to go to 3 if you do that. So I had to change the logic a little bit, and I'm going to walk you through what I've changed in the logic through the Git change history. So let me just review my commit history. So I'm using this extension on VS Code. It's called Git Graph. And here you can see all the commits and all the branches that come off. And here you can just right click. And so you don't have to remember the code, the commands for Git, which helps me a lot. Sometimes I forget. I know it's git stash pop, but here you can just right click and you don't have to remember it. So stash pop, are you okay? Pop the stash reinstate index. Yes, pop stash. So now I have all these changes kind of put back into my thing here. The background disappeared because I took away the background. And so now, with all my changes, if you drag it to the left here, it works. Yeah, bring it down, it works. And if you bring it just slightly to the right of 2, it replaces 3. I think this should be better. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe the parameter should be adjusted a little bit more so that it should still maybe go to 2 there. So it will still only go only 2. It will only go to 2 if it's to the left of the center of 2. If it's slightly to the right of 2, then it will go to 3. See that? Same thing happens when you go down. When you go down, if you go slightly to the left here, now it's going to fill in this box here. Okay. If you go slightly to the right of the center here, it will fill in this box like that. Okay. And you can continue just dragging along everywhere and it'll fill it in for you. Okay. So I'm just going to go through some of the changes here that I've made and review this. I don't think I'm going to commit those changes. Let's see. I think most of it was in here, actually. Okay, good. Yes. So let's start with the stuff down here. I just added some comments here. Right now I'm doing this based off of a margin of 20 between the cells. and it's expecting that this margin be exactly 20, and then if your margin changes, you have to change it. So later on, we're going to have to automate this a little bit more. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use shortcuts to stage these changes. So it's Command K, Shift Command S. Okay. So we're going to include that in our change. And so what I've done here is that if you go to the row above, what you're first going to do is you're going to just add the index to all the list of all the positions so that we can retain the index. And then what I do is I just try to find all the boxes that are directly above this by comparing the left side of this box with any other box that has the same left side. Okay, so if the element's left is the same as my left, then I want to keep it. So that's going to bring me this one as well. But I also put in another condition that the element has to be above this thing. So if I select this one here, boxes above is going to just return all the boxes directly above this thing here. After I get this array of items, of boxes that are directly above the one I'm picking up, then I just pick the one that's at the end. So I just pick the one that's at the end here, and I get this one in return. If there's no array and if this returns undefined, then I just return this again. So it doesn't return it doesn't try to access undefined. Okay, and so then I check after I've crossed this threshold and I've gone the list of boxes above. I check to see if the center is to the left of the center or to the right of the center. If it's to the right, if my current box is greater than the center of this box, then I want to return this box's index plus 1. So I actually return this index, which is exactly what I want. Okay. If it's to the left, then I return this index. I don't know if I need this else parameter. I shouldn't need it. Maybe if I go directly here to the center, I don't know if we can. Yeah, maybe, huh? So maybe actually I should put an equal sign here, just in case. Let's see. Let's make it to the left here. So let's put that there. Okay. It'll be hard to test, but basically just in case someone goes directly equal to the center. Then we don't need this. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to return target. Let's see what's happening here. Why doesn't this reach? Oh, it's because I deleted that thing. Okay, good. Okay, so that's what that does. So once you go above this threshold, when you pull it up, it's going to pull all the boxes up here above it, and it's going to pull the last box in that array, which is the closest box. It's going to see if the center is to the right of the center or to the left of the center, and it'll return the index accordingly. Okay, so I'm going to commit this. I was trying to use shortcuts, but it wasn't working. Okay, just stage this. Good. And if we go to the bottom, the row below, we do the same thing. Okay, so we get all the boxes below, then we get the first box out of that whole list, so it'll be the top box. And we're going to get rid of this else. And we're going to, let's see, Then we'll put the equal sign here. And then we're going to have another return here in case this doesn't hit. It should hit. I don't know why it will not hit, but just in case. Okay. How come my shortcut is not working? Command K. Is it? Oh, it's Option Command. I always get this confused with Option Shift. So it's Command K, and there we go. Okay, good. So that's saved. And let's get these changes in there too. Okay, good. I think the rest. Yeah, let's get this in there too. We just take away that linear gradient background. I don't think any of this is necessary. This is some update to read. Maybe I'll put it in another branch. Okay, so that's the changes, and so now this should generally work. Cool. Let's commit this. Fine-tuned drag parameters. Okay, and we can click this here to push it up to GitHub. Okay, that's it for this one. Thanks, guys.